Hi Zimbabwe, it's always an honor coming into your homes every Wednesday, speaking to you, challenging you to greatness. And as always, I don't take you for granted. Thank you so much for making time to listen to this program wherever you are. If you're in the office, I love that environment so much. If you're at home, I hope you're not in bed. I want you to get out of bed. And if you're driving, please drive very safely. Then if you've got somewhere where you are so comfortable, I want you to grab a pen. If you can record, I want you to record so that you can capture all the points that we're going to talk about today. And today I want to talk on something that's a bit different from what I've always been talking about. I want to talk about 10 P's to living a fulfilled life. 10 P's to living a fulfilled life. Before, I once talked about the 10 D's. I also talked about the 10 C's. But essentially, the reason why I'm talking in terms of these letters is so that you can be able to master these points. You don't forget them. But why the P's? I've studied successful people and I've noticed these 10 P's in them. And they have managed to live a life of impact and a life of greatness. And I'm going to start with the first P. And the first P is purpose. If you want to live a fulfilled life, you must be able to understand and identify your purpose. And I said this in the last program, which I did, I think, some 2-3 weeks ago. Many people die and they live without even knowing who they are. And in the process, they live frustrated lives. But the purpose is the realization of that unique assignment that you were born for, a realization that you're not just born to breathe and die. There is something that you as an individual, you are supposed to do. So what am I challenging you? Discover your unique purpose. And when you discover that unique purpose, that's the moment you become influential. That's the moment you become so powerful. And the problem with many people, we don't find our purpose. We find what other people are doing. And consequently, we live a life of coping. And this is the secret I want you to realize. God is not going to help you to become someone you're not. And if you want God to help you, He needs to help you to discover who you are and to become the best in you. I am a communicator. That's my purpose. I'm a lawyer as well. That's my purpose. I help people. I love challenging people. I love growing people. That's who I am. Whether or not you like me, you can't take that away from me. So one thing you realize about purpose, and when you find your purpose, no matter how much people hate you, they can't take it away from you. No matter how much you hate Mike Tyson, you can't take away the boxer in him. No matter how much you hate Otis, you can't take away the DJ in him. No matter how much you hate Tuku, you can't take away the music in him. Why? Because that's their purpose. And my question this morning, what is your unique purpose in life? And if you're going to live, you need to be able to identify your purpose. I like what this gentleman once said, Benjamin Disraeli. The secret of success is consistency of purpose. In other words, you identify your purpose, you move consistently in that purpose. What is your purpose? And this is one of the things that I always tell people. If you don't discover your purpose, you will always be at the mercy of people who have discovered their purpose. If you don't discover who you are going to be used by people who know who they are. Who are you? That's my first challenge to you. And that's the first P. Remind yourself, I have to discover my purpose. So find your purpose. And the next P, which I want to challenge you, is to find your passion. In other words, you want to be able to identify that thing which pushes you out of bed every time. And if you haven't found your passion up to now, make it your obsession to identify your passion. That thing which you do effortlessly. Some people, they write songs effortlessly. Some people, they write books effortlessly. Some people prophesy effortlessly. Some people talk effortlessly. Some people, they can run effortlessly. Why? Because that's their passion. And the moment you operate in your passion, you don't struggle. Why? Because that's who you are. But the problem again with many people, we don't want to find our passion. We want to find other people's passions. And this is the reason why many people, we know everything about our neighbors more than we know about ourselves. We know everything about Rihanna more than we know about ourselves. We know everything about Chris Brown, how many people he has beaten, more than we know about ourselves. We know so much about other people, how many houses they have, how many cars they have, how many breakups they have, more than we know ourselves. But this is the assignment I'm giving you. Know yourself. The greatest form of knowledge is knowledge of self. That's why if you spend your time knowing other people, you're simply enhancing your knowledge about them. But if you take time, invest time in knowing who you are, one of the things that you're doing, you are growing yourself. And what is your passion? That's the assignment I'm giving you, and that's the challenge I'm giving you this morning. And one of the things that I encourage people to do is to find your passion, whether or not it's making monetary sense. I know we want to live, but many people, we are living a lie because we are searching for money. But this is the key. If you want to grow, if you want to live a fulfilled life, stop pursuing money. Start pursuing your passion, because in your passion, that's where your money is. And when you master your passion, you easily master money. That's why if you're still looking for money, you haven't started making money. Reach that level where you get to know yourself, you get to understand yourself much and even much better, and you become so effective in your area of passion. And once you do that, money follows you. Usain Bolt is simply paid to run from here up to there. Count 9 seconds. He has made it. You know, some people, they are simply paid to beat other people's children. Floyd Mayweather, that's his job. He beats up other people's children. If I beat you up, that's an offense. If he beats you up, that's a championship. But what's the secret? Somebody identified, they understood their passion. And this is the reason why some people are paid as much as 3,500 to sing a certain song. I won't tell you, they might get jealousy. But this is the secret. They simply understood their passion, and the guitar to them is no longer just a musical instrument. It's a form of capital. And when they hold it, they're making money. I'm challenging you. What's your passion? I started speaking even when no one was paying me. I started writing even if I never knew someone was going to be publishing my books. But what was my secret? Back then, an ordinary boy with no computer, who didn't even know what a computer looks like, had a vision, had a dream, had a passion. And what was the passion? To communicate. And what did the boy do? He simply started writing on guava paper. And today, he is a writer of over 12 books. How did I do it? I identified my passion. Whether or not you pay me to do it, I'll do it. And I'm asking you, what is it that you can do even if people are not going to pay you? That's your passion. And this is the key that I want you to keep. It's better to be poor doing what you enjoy than to be rich and frustrated doing what you hate. And many people, we are doing what we hate simply for the sake of the money, and in the process we are dying frustrated people. We're not even enjoying their lives. So I'm challenging you, number one, find your purpose. Number two, find your passion. And I want to take you to the next key, which is going to help you if you want to live a fulfilled life. Work on your positioning. In other words, you want to work on your environment. If you're going to grow, it has something to do with your environment, where you are placed, the position that you're occupying. And one of the things that I say about an environment, it can either stretch you or it can shrink you. And many people right now, the way we are thinking is as a result of the positioning that we did to ourselves. Number one, we hang around people who are broke. And the next thing, we know very well how difficult it is to make money. We hang around with people who beat up their wives, alternatively who beat up their husbands, and you think it's normal to beat up your spouse. Why? Because that's the positioning that you put to yourself. You hang around people who cheat on their spouses, and it's now normal for you to even cheat. Why? Because you positioned yourself in an environment where it was normal to behave in that particular manner. But for you to be able to make impact, for you to grow, you want to work on your positioning. Who is in your life? What are they speaking into your life? If it's not speaking you up, it's speaking you down. Why? Because you're not an island. You can't resist influence. You can't resist contact with other people. Then this is what I realize, and this is what I know. You can resist negative influences. But what's the secret? You work on your location. And one of the things that I tell people, your location in life determines your position in life. Your level of exposure determines the quality and the level of thinking that you're going to operate with. So this is my assignment. Who is your best friend? Number two, what is best about them? Number three, this best friend you're allowing to be so influential in your life, have they succeeded in leading their own lives? By the way, you can't succeed in leading other people before succeeding in leading yourself. I like what Mark Twain says on associations on position. He says, keep away from small people who belittle your ambitions. Small people always do that, but they're really great. Make you feel that you too, you can become great. who is speaking into life. And I know of many people right now as I'm speaking who had to leave their dreams. Why? Because somebody told them it can't be done. Their environment told them that we tried this, it didn't work. And because of that, we lived a defeated life. And if you're one of them, I'm challenging you, resurrect that dream. As long as you're breathing, it's not yet over. As long as you're alive, you can do something with your life. But what am I challenging you to do? Work on your positioning. And the people who don't add value to you are always taking away value from you. And I've asked you, look into your WhatsApp right now. You're always on WhatsApp. What are you benefiting? And I know many people have become so lustful because of WhatsApp. We are getting every dirty message and we're even forwarding it. Why? Because we've positioned ourselves in way which such messages come. But at the same time, you can also position yourself in a way you can be getting material, information that can be stretching you to grow. And I'm challenging you this morning, you can do it. And the next key that I want to share with you, we're talking about the piece, is the power of planning. Many people, we appear to be spiritual and we say God knows everything. I don't have to worry. God knows everything. But I know that. But you want God to plan your next meal. You want God to plan the next clothes that you need to wear. You want God to plan even how you're supposed to clean your house. I don't think that should be the way. You must be able to plan. The Bible discourages people from worrying and not planning. What is the life that you want to live? And this is the problem that I found with many people. We don't want to die, but we don't have something to do in eternity. We don't want to die, but we don't have a purpose for living. We don't want to die, but we are struggling spending one day. What's your plan? You want to live up to 60, 70? What are you going to be doing in 60? What are you going to be doing at 80? What are you going to be doing even at 40? You must be able to plan your life. And that's the secret to greatness. People of greatness, people of success, they realize that success is not an accident. And because it's not an accident, it's deliberate and it's calculated. And that's why it's often been said, if you don't plan, you're planning to fail. Do you have a plan about your own children? Do you have a plan about your own marriage? Do you have a plan about your own health? Do you have a plan about your spiritual life? And if you're in a relationship, you're listening to me right now, if that relationship doesn't have a plan on the way forward, leave it. This is the reason many people are dating a person 4 or 5 years, no clue whatsoever about the future. And what they tell you every day is, I love you. They look you in the eye. They're lying, by the way. And when you listen to that, I want you to listen with this question in mind. What is our plan? I'm not asking you to doubt somebody, but I'm asking you to be objective. I'm asking you to be organized. I'm asking you to be serious. And ladies and gentlemen, if we don't plan, we are not ready to grow. I'm challenging you to grow. But what's the secret? Being able to be organized. Let's plan. And the next key, which I want to share with you, is preparation. You know, many people, we pray for breakthroughs. We pray for breakthroughs. We pray for breakthroughs. We pray for a car. We don't even have a license. We pray for a passport. We don't even know where the passport offices are. We pray for a license. We don't even know where the VID is. We pray for a wife. We don't even know where the girls are. You pray for a baby, and the next thing, you're not doing anything. You pray for good health. You want to get your six-pack. You're not doing anything. The best you are doing is to eat. You want to be able to prepare, work on the plan. Where do I want to go? And once you realize that you have got a destination, you are not just going to go there by accident. You're going to go there by choice. And the good part about preparation, it saves you from unnecessary work. I like what President Abraham Lincoln once said. He says, given 6 hours to chop a tree, I would sharpen the axe for 5 hours and I would chop the tree in 1 hour. What's the secret? Preparation. You sharpen yourself. You make yourself ready. You make yourself even effective. And the moment you get the assignment, you deliver flawlessly, effortlessly. But what's the secret? Preparation. Right now, I want you to identify that goal that you want to do. And I want you to identify the small steps that you're willing to do. I want you to start thinking in terms of how you can be implementing them. But what's the secret? Preparation. And the next key that I want to challenge you is once you've done all that you want to proceed. In other words, you've set your goal, You've set your plan, proceed. Start moving in the direction of the results that you want. Start moving, start moving, start moving, start taking action. The problem with many people, we talk too much and do very little. We talk a lot, do nothing. So I'm asking you, nothing is going to happen on its own. You have to take action. So what are you supposed to do? You are supposed to proceed. And the next key that I want to challenge you is to be positive. Be positive. You know, many people were thoroughly negative about everything. We go into our houses, we're negative. We go into our fridge, we're negative. We move into our relationship, we're negative. You look at your spouse, your husband, you are negative. And when you do that, you are draining power from your future. And by the way, you want to be able to see positive results if all that you're doing is to think and act negative. And I'm challenging you, learn to be positive. Think positive, talk positive, act positive. And I want you to hang around, associate yourself with positive people. That way you are going to grow. And the next thing that I want you to do, and the next key, which is another P, is live a life of principle. Many people will live a life of fashion, a life of trends. In other words, we flow with the current. But if you're going to grow, you want to be able to live a life of principle. Who are you? The values that you run with. Don't make money at any cost, because you're a person of principle, you're a person of value. You are not moved by money. You are moved by a higher value. You are moved by principles. What are your principles? That's why right now many people are busy lying to our spouses. We're busy lying at work. We're busy lying in our businesses because we lack positive principles. And the next key, which I want to share with you before I finish off, is persistence. In other words, it's not going to happen in the first instance. You're going to do it, it might not work, but you don't have to give up. So a person of persistence will always keep on trying. A person of persistence will always keep moving. Don't give up on that dream. Don't give up on that vision. Keep holding on to it. Do your best. And the last key that I want to talk to you about is the power of patience. We're living in a microwave generation. In the microwave generation, we want everything to happen instantly. That's why we want miracle marriages. We want miracle money. We want miracle weight loss. Everything has to happen instantly. But if your character is going to grow, you want to work on patience. I'll finish with the story which I've often shared about the Chinese bamboo. It starts off as a seed, and the next thing, you sow it, you water it. In the first year, you have to fertilize it, water it every day. Nothing shows up. You do it the second year, you water it, you fertilize it, nothing happens. The third year, you water it, you fertilize it every day, nothing shows up. The fourth year, you do that as well, daily, fertilizing it. But in the fifth year, as you're fertilizing, something happens. A small shoot comes out. And the interesting part, when it comes out, it only takes 6 weeks for the Chinese bamboo to grow from there, that small shoot, to 90 feet in just 6 weeks. But this is the secret. It doesn't grow in 6 weeks. It grows in 5 years. And the 6 weeks is preceded by the 5 years of preparation, by the 5 years of patience. And what's the secret? Do not just want things in the now. Your character in the process is being grown. And I'm challenging you, you might have had a vision and might not have seen results. In the now, I'm asking you, hold on. Don't give up. Give yourself a chance and continue working. Guys, I love you so much, and I hope this program inspired you. And those who want to get in touch with me, www.arthurmarara.com, and on my Facebook, that's Arthur Marara. And those who want to get in touch with me through my mobile, that's 0772 467 255. I'll repeat, 0772 467 255. Please don't send call me backs. Guys, let's link up the next Wednesday. I love you so much. I believe in you. Greatness is within you. God bless you.